Hello, this is Stephen DeMarney, and today we will be learning about switches. Let's take a look at some switches that most people know about or use frequently. This is a light toggle switch mounted on a wall. When I toggle the switch into the up position, the light turns on, and then when I toggle it down, the light turns off. Here is a table lamp with a rotary switch, and when I turn the switch a small amount, the light turns on, and when I turn it a little more, the light turns off. Here I have an LED flashlight, and it's got a sliding on-off switch. And if you look carefully, you can see that it says on this side and off on this side. So if I slide the switch in the on direction, the light turns on. And then if I slide the switch back into the off direction, the light turns off. Each key on a computer keyboard is a switch. When I press the A key down, the computer hardware has a completed electrical circuit caused by the A key being closed, and my typing software puts an A on my document. If I hold the key down, I get multiple A letters on my document. Keyboard keys are examples of momentary contact switches. The switch is closed and considered on when it is pressed down by the finger. The switch is open and considered off when it is not pressed. The mouse for my computer is another example of momentary contact switches. And this mouse has two switches, the left switch and the right switch. And when I use the left switch, I use that to select text and other things on my computer, and the right switch causes pop-up windows on my computer. Now we will look at some switches not everyone may be familiar with. And first, here I will show you a momentary push button. And this I bought for hobby purposes, and you can see it has 6 pins on the bottom, 6 conductive pins, and it also has an LED, a red LED there at the top. And this is a momentary push button. You can see the action there, that it springs back after I release it with my finger. And then this switch has 6 leads or pins. You can see the conductive pins, and that's how it is mounted, intended for a printed circuit board. But we can also mount it on our solderless breadboard because the pin spacing is exactly the same, and I will show you that now. So here is one of my solderless breadboards, and then I'm going to take the switch and I show you the conductive pins there. Then I have to find the holes in the socket and then just insert it firmly into the socket. And there it's mounted in the socket, ready to make a circuit with a momentary push button switch. And it's mounted nice and firm on there. Here is another switch from my hobby parts, and this is called a micro switch. It also is a momentary contact switch. As I'll show you here, this arm makes the switch change state for on and off, and it springs back. So that's a momentary contact switch when it returns back to its original position. And I have used 3 of these switches on my robot named Hyper to detect where the edge of a tabletop is. Here is another example of a switch. This is the selector switch on my multimeter. It is a rotary switch with 13 positions, and the first position is the off position. And right now you see the meter is off. As soon as I turn it to the first position, the meter turns on, and it's on for all of the other 12 positions. And then when I turn it back to off, the meter turns off. Another example of a switch. Here is a classic knife switch. This type of switch is rarely seen any longer in electrical installations, but it is perfect for us to learn the basics about switches, since every part of this switch is exposed in plain view for us to see. There are so many different types of switches in the world. We have looked at just a few. They all serve the same basic purpose: to turn circuits on or off when they are operated.